Most freelance writers and freelancers in general never make it above a few $1,000s a month in revenue. They work long days churning out multiple deliverables for clients who pay bargain basement prices. And here's the kicker though. Those same clients who pay the least often expect the most. They are absolute shits to work with. And I've seen too many promising freelance careers end because these conditions cause that freelancer to burn out and give up. The good news is there's a relatively simple solution. If you've made any money working as a freelancer, whether through Upwork, a content mill, job boards, or even your own direct outreach, you have the potential to scale your business to work with 4-figure clients. You have the potential to go from the $50 jobs that you're probably getting on Upwork and all of these places to a single job that pays you at least $1,000. In this video, I'm going to explain the 3-step process and the relevant actions you need to take to turn the ceiling that's keeping you at 4 figures a month into the floor that lets you work with 4-figure clients. If you're making consistent money through low-paying clients, then you can turn that into higher-paying gigs by following this process. I know it works because this is the same process I've used to close deals that begin at $1,000 and often are much, much higher. It's the same process that's worked to help some of the biggest names in the freelance industry close in on the elusive 6 figures income. It's the same process I've used to help my clients scale their businesses to 6 figures in revenue every single month. If you're one of the countless freelancers who feels like they're on a hamster wheel, constantly working but getting nowhere with your business, you're unable to break free of the $50 jobs amounting to just a few $1,000s every single month, don't know why all your hard work at client sourcing is getting you nowhere, and are close to calling it quits because you think that there's no way anyone can really make a living through their own freelance work, stay with me in this video. I'm going to give you the full playbook that's helped me grow my own and my client businesses to great levels of profitability. But first, let's dispel some of the common beliefs that hold freelancers back. These are the incorrect assumptions and opinions that prevent you from earning what you should from your clients. Misconception number 1, the more services you offer, the more opportunities there are. My main problem with this is that there's an element of truth to it, because yes, offering more services will open more doors. However, you'll never grow beyond a very low income level in any of the services that you offer, because a jack of all trades is a master of none. When you take the approach of doing blog writing, case studies, white papers, sales pages, video scripts, and anything else across several different niches, you'll never become an expert in any one thing, and you'll never be able to charge expert rates. You'll never give any one thing the time and attention it needs to see the success. And the way that I see it is you have 100% efficiency to give every single day. That 100% is dependent on finite resources like time, energy that you have. If you split that 100% across 10 different services and niches, you make 10% progress to profitability with each one. Thing is, you need to hit around 80% progress with any one path to make any moolah. So sure, you could build very, very slowly towards that level of profitability through all of these 10 disparate services or however many services you're offering. But most of us don't have the time to wait for that. We want to see some quick results. We want to see money in the bank as soon as possible. When you split your attention like this, a lot of people give up before they get any one service to the level where it's going to provide for them. The sheer load of work is just going to cause exhaustion and burnout. What you have to do is focus that 100% onto one particular service and niche. That way you get to that level of profitability much, much faster. You see a small return in a fraction of the time it would take you if you were trying to do 20 different things because you are focused. You'll also start to grow a reputation and authority far faster than if you were splitting your attention, which will of course allow you to drop the basement bargain payment clients and charge those sweet authority figure rates. Focus is key to seeing meaningful growth with your business, and you've got to cut out all of those other distractions. The misconception number 2, you need to rank on Google to land clients. Now this is a quick and easy one to dispel. The short version is Google rankings does not equal an ability to land clients. Take my main client Getting Site as an example. It does not really rank on Google. In fact, as you can see for my name, I rank 7.8 for my own name. So how many people scroll down to the 7th position in Google? Not very many. And it's crazy. Right now that site only has around 5 articles on there because I've cut a lot, and only 3 of which are kind of useful. And yeah, I can still land 4-figure deals and clients all the time. How is quite easy. I not being passive. I'm being quite aggressive. Yes, I know that organic traffic could be a great way for me to land clients, but it's only good if you can generate a lot of traffic, which, let's be honest, most of us aren't or can't. It takes a long time to generate that level of organic traffic. However, if you have a great offer and are able to proactively get it in front of the people who could hire you, you'll find that you'll get responses and you'll see the same results from very little effort. Being proactive and aggressive with your marketing is key to landing clients. I always like to say that you're not Kevin Costner and this ain't Field of Dreams. Writing something online isn't going to magically attract your clients. You have to aggressively push it out in front of the people you want to work with and who could benefit from your service. Misconception number 3. You need a ton of experience to land any client. And I hear, oh Pete, I'm not as experienced as Brian Dean on SEO. Why would anyone hire me? Most companies don't have 6 figures to spunk on a single consultant, is the short version. I've heard a mix of that excuse multiple times and it's always bothered me. You don't need to be the number one in the world to land clients. Really, you just need to know a little bit more than the client and be able to generate some results for them. The more clients you work with, the more you realise a lot of the people who need your help haven't got a clue what they're doing, so even basic knowledge is an improvement for them and will offer value to their business. The way that I like to see it is the 2-book level. If you read 2 books on any topic, or the equivalent of 2 books, so that many blog posts, that many videos like this, whatever, you know more than 90% of the population. To that 90%, you are now an expert because you know more than them. So take that, what you've learned, and learn how to use it to add value to a client's business. Then just sell it to them who haven't yet done that research. Sell it to the people who haven't done the research. Sell it to the people who haven't yet implemented it in their business. And you'll be seen as an expert by them because you know more than them. See, it's all about positioning yourself. You are an expert to those who haven't done any research. After you've read 2 books, you're that expert. Those people who haven't read those books and haven't done that research will pay you for your knowledge and the shortcut it provides. Now, imposter syndrome is not going to go away when you read these books. You're always going to suffer from imposter syndrome. Everybody does. The one thing that separates the people like, the Brian Deans, Noah Kagans, Neil Patels, Joanna Weebs of the world isn't their expert status. It's not that they have overcome imposter syndrome. What separates them is that they take action despite imposter syndrome. They keep getting better and have worked their way up to their position. Misconception number 4. Job boards and bidding sites are just easier to land clients through. Yeah, I despise job boards and bidding sites. It's a race to the bottom where the person with the lowest bid gets the job. Thing is, I know a lot of freelancers choose them to find work, mainly because it's easy to find people who need your services. The client literally tells you what they need and you have a direct line to them. But the problem is that this client puts that out and then they have to field a ton of applications from countless writers. The chance of you getting seen is very slim. Nothing worth having comes easy. Worth having could be working with high-paying clients. It's not going to happen by going down the easy route that everyone else is doing. You have to be, a little bit more hard-working than that to get some real results. Because here's the problem. You don't want the client to tell you what they need. As soon as they do, and you sign up to help them, you've lost any leverage. You're not the expert consultant with priceless advice. You're just a remote employee. Job boards, they've commoditized writing as a service. You compete based on like a per hour or per word rate, which cheapens the value of what we offer. So let's say that you offer 2,000 words for $100. Why would I choose you over the guy who's quoting the same for $50? I wouldn't, right? I mean, all I need is 2,000 words, so I'm just going to go buy the cheapest service provider. When you compete on price, you're always going to lose to the lower bid. Now, of course, you can compete by lowering your prices and being the lowest bid, but then you fall into that sort of burnout cycle that ends careers again. Getting away from job boards and viewing yourself as a problem solver first over a writer is the best thing you can do. By selling your service on the value it offers and the problems it solves, you'll find clients who are more willing to pay higher rates. Put yourself above the client. In your mind, you are the expert. You've done the research. You know more. You're not there to take orders from them. You're there to offer expert advice and consultation on how to solve their problem. Do that, and you can instantly charge higher fees, which brings us to the process of landing high-paying clients. So here is, and excuse the crappy business speak, the 30,000-foot view. good overview of exactly what this process entails. To land higher paying clients, you need first a defined target audience. You've got to be very, very specific. It's a sniper approach versus the shotgun approach that everyone else seems to favor. You're aiming to solve a problem. The only way you can do that is by having a defined client who you understand and understand the problem that they're facing. You also need a valuable offer, something that will solve a problem and bring true value to that business. And by true value, that will be a reduction of whatever it is that is keeping that decision maker up at night. And finally, you need a way to get your offer in front of your defined target client. And that's it. If you can get those three things, you'll see some success. So let's get into the details. What is it you actually offer to your clients? Because 99% of the freelancers I speak to get this completely wrong. They lead with a weak offer like, we do business blog writing, which isn't an offer. That's a deliverable. Figuring out your offer starts with your ideal customer. If you've been writing for a while, you should have an idea of the kind of clients you enjoy working with, who pay you the most, that you can help the most. If you haven't been writing for a while, follow the steps in the article Freelance Writing Jobs on haveaword.com, and that will give you a start to basically understand who it is you can best help. But you want to look back through all of the people that you've worked with, and you want to apply Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule, because you'll generally find that 20% of your clients provide about 80% of your revenue. Look at those clients, that 20% of your clients who provide the best results, and try to find those connecting threads. What is it that all of these clients have in common? It could be that they're in the same industry, they service the same customers, they have the same kind of products, they're of a similar size, whether that's revenue or employee count, or they're at the same level of their growth, so maybe they've all just got seed funding or Series A or whatever. Find those connecting threads that connect that 20% of clients who provide 80% of your results. Take me, for example. I do a lot of work with software as a service companies who have just secured funding and need to achieve aggressive growth goals set by their VCs. That's a very defined audience, right? I know that it's seed and Series A funding companies, particularly software as a service, who service the e-commerce and online resale sector. That's super specific. Once I know that that's my target company, I can then just go on to the next step, which is to figure out how you can best help. Once again, go back and look at the work you've done for those clients in the past, that best 20% of clients. You want to find the jobs that you completed for these clients that they were either extremely happy with or that provided the very best results for them, the ones that gave them the highest return. We're talking the actual deliverables here, right? So, ebooks, blog posts, video scripts, whatever. You want to focus on what deliverable you could provide for that client that gave them the best results. You want to immediately identify the deliverable, but don't stay focused on the deliverable, because you want to find the result that deliverable provides. For example, blog posts, you're not selling a blog post. What you're really selling is an increase in traffic. You're selling an increase in email subscribers. You're selling an increase in the education of their user base so that their customer support team doesn't have to field so many basic questions. Emails, you're not selling emails, you're selling sales. You're selling a lower churn rate for repeat subscription businesses. Find the overlap between the deliverable that you offer, its value, and the target client. That is going to be the primary service you offer. That is the offer that you're going to pitch to people. By cutting your services down to a singular offer like this, you'll find it much easier to market it and to grow later, because you'll find it much easier to get authority in that area because you're focused. If you find that there are two services that you could offer or two different kinds of clients that you could target, pick the one you're most excited about. Grow that to profitability first, then start looking at growing the second one. Focus on one thing. Remember, above all else, focus on the value the offer provides, not the deliverable, but the value. Blog post is just a vehicle for more email subscribers, which is what the client really wants. Offering blog posts, case studies, sales pages, or whatever it is, the deliverable, that's not your offer. It's not strong enough. When you've got a defined offer, it's just a case of getting it in front of the people who would most likely benefit from it and who have the money to pay you to do it for them. This is something I see a lot of freelancers doing extremely poorly. Instead of putting their offer in front of their ideal customer, they revert to showing it to their peers. You'll find them hanging out in subreddits dedicated to writing, copywriting, and freelancing, communities of other writers and copywriters. They'll pick up guest posts on sites like Have a Word, sites that aim to help other people in their position. And while that might help you get over the fear of hitting publish, might help you get an actual real life published clip under your belt, it does nothing to build your authority with the people who are later going to be paying you. Your clients aren't searching for a writer who's going to solve their problem of email subscribers on a site that explains how freelancers can send a cold email pitch. They're just not going to be there. They're on large digital marketing sites trying to figure out how to increase conversions, get to the top of Google, or make more sales. You need to flip your focus from being stuck in the little bubble of writers to being in the bubble of clients, the people who are actually able to pay you. To do that, you need to know a few things. The problems and struggle that the clients are facing and what they're trying to do right now that isn't working. You need to know how your offer actually solves that problem that they're struggling to solve. That's the offer that we figured out earlier in this video. And then you also need to know where they go to look for advice on tips on how to overcome that problem. Your job then is to simply advertise and promote your offer in those areas that the ideal client goes to find that solution. If you've got the right offer, defined audience, and the strategy to get your offer in front of them, you've got everything you need to turn complete strangers into potential customers. You just then need to be aggressive in getting that message in front of those who could benefit from it. And while this isn't an exhaustive list here, a few of the areas you might explore include your sort of guest posting on large industry sites, communities, groups, and forums that they might go to, podcasts they might listen to, YouTube channels they watch, or my particular favorite, direct email outreach. Send them the solution one-to-one and then get them on the phone. If you follow the steps in this, you should be able to get some quick results in taking your freelance business to the next level. Hopefully, this free training has been useful for you and it's given you a couple of things you can go away and action in your business to see some results. However, if you want a hand in figuring out how to do all of this with your business, stay with me for another couple of minutes, because I'm currently filling the pilot program for the new and improved Freelance Business Blueprint. It's a 6-week program where you will work with me to understand, plan, and implement the steps mentioned in this video. And the idea will be to create a marketing machine that enables you to land 4-figure deals with predictability. Within the program, there'll be a weekly group training calls with me, a 24/7 community to ask for help and engage with others. So, I'll be in there to offer help, and other people within the pilot program will be able to offer help as well. Detailed video lessons and templates to help you get up and running ASAP. An unprecedented level of access and direct support from me thanks to the 24/7 community. There'll be a hand in improving course materials so it's better suited to your specific needs. The pilot program is going to be a collaborative effort, so basically you tell me, this would be better and it would help me more if you could do this, and I will change it to better suit your needs. And of course there's a huge discount off the final price, like a huge discount. However, the thing is, this is not the perfect course for everybody. To be eligible, you must be able to say yes to 3 of the 4 below criteria. You must have earned at least $2,000 from freelancing. You must have some experience with working with clients on a freelance basis, understand and are okay with this being a pilot program, not a complete, finished and polished offering. You're able to dedicate at least 5 hours per week, that's just an hour a day from Monday to Friday, to the process. If you can tick 3 of the 4 off on the list, book a time to chat with me through the below link. It's just below this video. We'll talk for 30 minutes. Within those 30 minutes, I'll try and outline the key, one key action that could help you overcome the biggest problem you're facing right now. Once we've done that, I'll explain a little bit more about the program so you can make an informed decision on whether this would be the right for you. I'm limiting the number of spaces within this pilot program to 15 people, just so that each and every person gets good access to me and I can work with them on a closer one-to-one basis. After this initial pilot, that one-to-one nature of the program will by necessity have to be scaled down, and the price will of course go up. So if you want a closer helping hand with growing your freelance business, if you can say yes to 3 of the 4 criteria and you're ready to get started on growing your business almost immediately, book a time to talk below. These spots will fill up quickly and it is first come, first serve.